Nining, Jo Acholi. Nining. Welcome back to Chaka, Leb Acholi. I'm Jackline Ikang Kot. Man show me Chaka, Leb Acholi. Segment me Kwan, Leb Acholi. Please join the live. If you would like to join the show, please leave your comments. Please leave your comments under this video. Send me a private message, a DM, if you would like to be a guest. Okay, this is Kwan Leb Acholi, session 30 on the Abong or Obbo clan. Abong is the subclan of Obbo. Obbo is one of the clans of Acholi. Today I will be reading about Aburi. Aburi is the son of Abarayi Otoo, and he's also the grandson of Chief Kassiba. Abarayi Otoo is the son of Chief Kassiba. Okay. If you watched the previous session, you will see that after Abarayi was killed by his brother's son, Mandala, the Obbo community or the Obbo leaders decided that because Abarayi's oldest son, was not capable of leading, they decided that they wanted to put Aburi as the next chief after their cousin Mandala killed their father. He shot and killed Abarayi in his home, in front of his home, after they ambushed them in Pajok, south of Sudan at the time. Okay, so I read all about Kassiba. You can watch previous videos or sessions so you can follow along. And I've read all about Abarayi Otoo. Okay, so now I'm going to read about Aburi. Okay, so the way the chiefdom works is that only family members can continue on the legacies of chiefs or the lineage. It comes from one family, one bloodline, basically. A foreigner or somebody from a different family cannot be appointed as chief. You must be from a family of chiefs in order to be appointed chief. And the chief dying or the chief leaving the chiefdom must first declare that they want to crown one of their sons or family members, mostly a male child, to be the next chief. Okay, so as we've been seeing, the chiefdom has been passed on from one family in the Abong clan. Okay, now we have come all the way down to Aburi. If you can recall, we started off from Imai, from Abong. They came from Lotuko in Terangori, and then Omini from Kitaka. They came together as one family or one Abong clan. And then from there, they chose Togboy, son of Imai, to be chief. And then Togboy started having children. His son took over, and his son's sons, and it basically was passing down the chiefdom down their bloodline. Okay, so that's how it works. So now I'm going to read about Aburi. Okay, if you would like to be a guest, please do send me a message. You can send a DM or private message on YouTube under any video. We are on YouTube as Chaka Leb Acholi, and we are also on on Facebook as Chaka Leb Acholi. Okay, my personal Facebook is Chaka Ikang, South Sudan. Okay, and then my TikTok is Chaka Ikang South Sudan. Okay, so you can follow me on all the platforms. Okay, I do read in Acholi. I do make summaries in English because we do have a large reach for our audience, not just Acholi speaking communities, but we also have Luo, members of our Luo communities across Africa. We also have members of our African communities who may not understand Acholi, who also follow this channel. So I do summarize what I read in English. Okay. When I do have guests, Acholi speaking guests, we speak in Acholi, and if I need to make any commentaries in English, I will do that as well. Okay. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Apply my tech. Okay. So I'm going to be starting on Aburi, Chief Aburi. Okay, Chief Aburi is the son of Abarayi Otoo, like I said. Okay, and he is the grandson of Chief Kassiba of the Abong subclan of Obbo. Okay, so I will start reading now in Acholi. This section on Aburi is about interesting. Wow. Aburi, it seems like there's a lot of information on Aburi because he happens to be one of the very he was a widely known chief in Acholi as well, in the Acholi community. So there's maybe about I want to say maybe 6 or 7 pages on Aburi, but I'm not going to read all of that today. Okay, I want to keep you guys engaged. I'm not going to take too long reading. This section covers his entire rule from 1905 to 1942. Remember, his father got shot and killed in 1905. He immediately was appointed as the next chief right after his father got killed. Okay, so from 1905 to 1942, he became chief. Okay, so I'm going to start reading from there. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you want to clarify anything, please leave a comment. I'll pull out my text. Okay, let's get started. Okay. So la choja choni ngone kanya cho ochalo pa ruora buri molo. Okay, pa ngone from mi apar bangwen get beach we mi apar bangwen we pier ngwen wario la choja choni ngone la choja choni bedo ike edikal pa ruot chon gi chon motino pe laro ke mi ruot kot gi tekom ento Ni kot nyo KIDI KOT aye mayero latin mamiero obed ruod manien kid ma wabineno pinkan ma we KIDI KOT oye latin ma digi miero obed ruod gi kin latina mokene ma nongo ruod puri pe ota en luongo latino cho mere duchu ka waje bod dao ni okel bore wala bodgi kongo. Okay, dao kelo kongo ka ruot kero nyik kot idiawal kongo makon nongo latino nyolotino duchu pengeo ni KIDI KOT tie edi kongo. Okay, that's the custom. Piman tie nina chiel ruot Abarayi Olworo Lotino cho mere duchu iot pamin Feliz min Feliz ma en bene obedo dako madit te kwar mi Obbo wacho ni ruot Abarayi Otoo Lworo munu nyinge, okay? The full thing. Abarayi Otoo Lworo munu nyinge, okay? Onongo tie gi Lotino cho aboro. Tie nina mo achiel en miro ng'eyo anga madigi obi mako ke mi ruot kot. Piman en dongo luongo Lotino cho mere igang pa min Jokoya Feliz. Okay. Lotino man obedo Baki, Jokoya Feliz, Jeremiah, Aburi, Onyala, Bongomin, Ogeno, Achi, Ki Omon. Okay. Amira wani my two boys nyingi Bongomin gi Ogeno. But anyways, he had 8 kids. Okay, Abarayi had 8 kids. Out of all the 8, not 8 kids, 8 boys. Out of all the 8 boys, he needed to choose one to take over the chiefdom once he dies. Okay, they have a custom of choosing one son to take over the chiefdom. Okay, by putting, I believe KIDI KOT is raindrop under a calabash and pouring alcohol in the calabash and giving it to the boys to drink. Okay, I guess it's a way, I'm going to keep reading here, but there's a way for them to tell which one that the rain, I'm hoping I'm not translating wrong, but KIDI KOT will choose the right chief to take over, okay? So when he was still alive, he called to have all his sons come pretty much come see him and carry out this this traditional process of choosing the right chief by what? Drinking alcohol out of this calabash that has the raindrop. Okay. Okay, so anyways, he had all the boys there, and then wrote Abarayi dong owajabot min Feliz. Ni okel kong obot Latina Maggie. Min Feliz okwanya wal mata. O onyo ye kongo okelo omio bodruot. Mapuri Latino peo chako maro kongo ruot Abarayi Otoo laliling okwanya KIDI KOT okero idi awal kongo ka omio ni gimari. Latino dong obedo kamaro kongo. Kin ma Latino mi achonya mapol tie gi ng'ich ikom chik mite kwaro. Wan dong watamo ni Latino megi miero bene ong'e ni ichawa man ruot tie ka yenyo anga madi obi bedo ruot kot. Okay? Gin bene ng'iu chik kwaro pa chuli maber ni ka Latin ma KIDI KOT odonyo idoke en aye ma digi loyo ke mi ruot kot. Duan wacho ni ki ikin Latino megi duchu ruot Abarayi onongo tie gi geno mere matut ikom Aburi. Ada ikara ma Latino tie kamaro kongo ruot obedo kaleka gichunye boru banga ni Ni sorry, I just lost here. Ni katwere rubanga miero awek nyikot ochiri dok Aburi. Now remember, he loved Aburi. He thought Aburi had the capacity to be the next chief, but they still had to carry out this tradition. They all had to drink alcohol out of this calabash, and whoever drank the raindrop would be chosen as chief. And it's saying here that Abarayi, he wanted Aburi to be chief so bad, he started praying to God, asking God, to make Aburi the next chief. He wanted Aburi to be the one to drink the raindrop, therefore making him the next chief after him. Okay, that's what he was praying to. That's what he was praying for to God. Okay. Rubanga uwinyo lega pa ruot Abarayi. Maweho nyi koro chiri doka Aburi. E karma Aburi nongoni nyi kot odonyo idoke. En okwanyo nyi kot man mot omiyo ichinge ka omere gi maro kongo. Ma kongo dong otum lotino okaro waka. Aburi bene olubo korgi ento pe ochiro mabo oduogo wako chien bot wone. Okay. Aburi odonyo I ot okwanyo nyikot onyuru bot ruot. Ma wacho kwere ni wora ikare ma wabero kamaro kongo anongo nyik gin mo idi awal kongo. Aburi okwanyo nyikot omiyo bot ruot ka owajo bot ruot omiyo bot ruot ka Abarayi ogamo nyikot ki ching Aburi la ling ka owajo bore ni latin chiri katugu ikino tino wadu. Aburi okaro wako ki ot ochiro katugu gi lotino liwore mokene kid ma ruot owacho. Okay, so Aburi did drink the alcohol and he did get the nyikot. He drank the nyikot, he took it out, he put it in his hand. So please, Acholi people, if you can clarify, is nyikot not a raindrop? Is nyikot something else? Because he took it out and he was able to put it in his hand and then he showed his father. Please leave your comment if nyikot is something physical. Is it something tangible or is it a raindrop? Nyikot. Okay. Enter Justice John Onge Owaja Borani Eno winyo jibot min baki daho madit pa ruot Abarayi ni kirikoro chire dok jokoya. What? Ento pe idok Aburi kid madana mukena wacho. Jokoya chiro wahogi lotino mukene ka oduogo I ot okwanyo nyikot onyuru bot wone. Ma wacho kwere ni wora ikare ma wabedo kamaro kongo anungo nyigin mo idi awal kongo. Okay. Jokoya okwanyo nyikot omiyo bot ruot ka Abarayi ogamo nyikot gi ching Jokoya la ling ko wajo bore ni latin chiri katugu ekin lotino wadu. So who's telling the truth? Was it Aburi or was it Jokoya that drank the KIDI KOT? Because Jokoya's mom is claiming it was Jokoya that was chosen, but Abarayi is claiming that Aburi is the one, and he came back and showed his father that he was the chosen one. Okay. Chi luak mia Obbo nge mabe ni nge man korada odong bod Aburi chi gina chiel ma wan luak pe niang ena ye ni pingo min baki mojo ni KIDI KOT o chire dok Jokoya. Makun lotino abong mapol wajani KIDI KOT ochire dok Aburi. Lokmano kelo tam itwing dano mo wego jo mokene o waju kere ni min baki wajani KIDI KOT ochiro idok jokoya pien man latin mere en onongo miro ni kot odony bot jokoya kid ma KIDI KOT duju onongo tie I ot mere. Dana mokene bene wacho ni kadi bet luak okero Aburi ruot kot chi yada pa lok ruot Aburi chi yada pa lok ruot Aburi onongo pere gi KIDI KOT ma wone Aburi ma wone obore. Ruot Aburi onongo chweyo kot gi KIDI KOT ma dano oyera. Obbo people, if you're listening, what do you believe? Do you think Aburi was chosen? Did he have the KIDI KOT? Did he drink it with the alcohol in the calabash? Or do you think he already had KIDI KOT and he brought the wrong one to his father to show that he was the chosen one? Do you believe Jokoya was the chosen one? Okay, but seems like Abarayi believed Aburi over anybody else because that's who he wanted to be the next chief. Okay, ingin ni na rio ruot Abarayi dok oluongo lotino cho I ot amin Feliz ka wajabo dako mere ni okel kongo bodgi min Feliz kid man na hajwi okwanya wal mata omiyo ye kongo onyo ye kongo okelo miyo bodruot mapuri lotino peo chako mare kongo ruot Abarayi Otoo dok okwanyo nyikot okero ediawal kongo ka omiyo ni gin omari lotino dong obero kamaro kongo kin mar ruot Abarayi geno Aburi total en bene dong obero kalega borubanga. Did I read this already? Am I tripping? Oh, I'm tripping. I think I already read this. So is he doing it again? Okay, he's doing it for a second time. Okay, so he still wants Aburi to have Nikot so he can be the next chief, okay? Welcome, Adongotum. Latino Karawa, Aburi Bene, Olubukagin eto, Peo Chirma board, Wuchene. Wora no got Aburi o Amalo o Karawaga, Ki Ot, or Chiroka to Latino word. Okay, Abarayi Otoo Kidman Bolotino Tiana Dick. Okay, so that's why I'm confused. He's doing it again and again. So he did it for a third time because they keep saying Aburi was not chosen. And for the second time, Aburi was still chosen. So he did it again a third time. Okay? Nina maparapat, chi Nina Megi a dig, do you? Ni caught or cherry dog Aburi. Okay? I guess he's chosen, Angyoko. So, Nina mia dig, ni kara ma Aburi okelo ni caught o nyuru bot rot. And dong o waje boreni Latin bet ping Aburi obino o bere ping ka rot o kwanya ni caught gi chinga o nyuru bore ma waje kwere bore ni Latin man gina ngo Aburo gamo dog wone ni baba anpe ang'eyo Aburi nyinge mokene giluongo ogero. Much mere logi chuk wala logi chuk ton twin logi chuk wala logi chuk ton twin ka moi what moi mere kono lokimol eno bedo dano ma dongo la dieri. I don't know what that is. La dieri wagi del la dieri wagi del entie gi ye wich maduong rodong okwanye nyikot oro ite ye wi aburi ka openyo ni iwinyo nini aburu gamni baba gine ngich tatwal rodok owajo boreni eno latin makod man pien rubanga pa wora aye pien rubanga pa wora aye oyer in ni digi miero amak luak mi obo kato acham no kato ochama te nyikod man mi bot meru wek eno gwori maber en bene pe amiro iwaj lok man bot ngad mo amiro ibed gi lok man ichwinyi aburo karawago otero nyikot bot mine en bene pe wajo lok man bot dano mokene kid ma wone ochiro mina buro gama nyikot ogwako en bene pe wajo lok man bot mon lowore ento ruora barai karma en obedo kawori kin lodiro kaka mi obo en obedo kawajo bot gin duchu ni no wajo igi gimotime okay en bene obedo kawajo kidano mokene ni inge to mere wore aburi ye ma gima bimako luak okay lok mi mako ke pa aburi inge to pa ruot o yuek bot dano duchu wa bot mono man aye gina chiel no weko mono o kwero tampa Jeremiah lo dang kidma wabiro kanena ne okay nato latino pa oto mokene gin wacho ni nyim topa wongi kod matiri odong bot Felice lokoya ka kod madid odong bot baki ento lo diro bo mapol ki lotino obong mokene gin ngeo maber ni nyim topa ruot eno nongo dong oweko kot bot wode aburi wan bene wabiro kaneno malo kany kina ngo maruoro to obiro katimone polo tina mere mawe kot oye latin achiel madigi miero bet ruot kot lotin abong mokene wacho ni KIDI KOT pa ruot Abarayi onongo tie I ot pa min baki I karama to ochamo ruot Abarayi kot ogak I ot pa min baki kot man gina ye ni nyar Itali nyiki jigi lo banya Awuru. Maggie caught ma donyo me Obbo. So they're fighting over Ngamatigi caught. Who was really chosen? Is it really Aburi? Or did his dad make it up? Did Aburi make it up? They're saying his older brother, who has a different mom, Baki, was the chosen one. They're saying he has the cot that belonged to his father, belongs to the chief. Okay? So because he found it when he was drinking, he gave it to his dad, the chief, to prove that it was him. And the dad told him or gave it to the mom to keep as proof. But then Aburi also had caught. They're saying that it's not the right cot that belongs to the chief. But now Abarayi is only choosing Aburi as the rightful, what do you call it? The rightful chief, and not Bucky. Okay. Some people saying this is not consistent. Sometimes he's saying Jokoya, sometimes he's saying Lokoya. Sometimes he calls him Jokoya, sometimes he calls him Lokoya. I don't know. Anyways, in Moha 1905 or Mia Parbunga Beach, Marura Barai Dongota, Wore Magilunga Buri Oloyoke, Kidma Barayi Obero Kachirane. Lodira Chuli mi Obbo Wache Borani, Jo Abong, Peo Wiro Road Aburi Kidma Chick Quaro, Miro Pien, Lotino Bo Ye Mo Kero Aburi Ike, Pelo Dira Bong Kidma Chick Miro. So they're saying Lotini mi Abong, the youth of Abong are the ones that perform the what do you call it? The ceremony to make Aburi the chief. It's supposed to be the elders to do it, but the elders didn't do it. It was the youth that did it. The tradition calls for the elders to do it by rubbing oil on the new chief during the ceremony, but they didn't do it because they believe um, Baki was the chosen one and not Aburi. But Aburi still took over and became chief after his father died. Okay? Lo dira bon wajoni ikarma pura Aburi makoke omegi omeri mere mokena chalo Baki feliz lokoya ki Jeremiah lo down. Twingi pe obere yom ikom rora Buri pien Baki no mira bero road kidwa en obero latin ma dit idikal parod Abarayi. Feliz lokoya no bene mira bero road. Kidma eno bero latin mi ario e dog at parod Jeremiah la dang bene ono mira ni beri road. Pien eno bero latin a chiel keken ma kwanyo ki okwano di dog at parod Abarayi. Ento Justice John Onge latin pa lo dang o waje borani ikare ma buone otio Kwan imoha mia par bongwan gi piera dek nyo par bongwan gi piera dek gamente mi Sudan o mia bore teach mi pony endong peo bero pajo kalaro ke nyo ka yenyo yo mi kwanya road Aburi wako gi ke. Okay? Pe pi Lokman keken Feliz ki Jeremiah bene obero katamoni Aburi obero dano ma la mero ata. Now remember they said the Abong people of Obbo, they were originally from Lutugu. They love to drink alcohol. Mara konga marach. Inga to mat cha when tradition mo iken kalo tiati no ceremony lo kilo konga maduong pole konga. Logak to mat. Man madong Abarayi Otoo Lotina will be better bore when get a fight over care. Namana can mira and no mi beri don kalane pien konenti no road cut. I mean, it can KIDI KOT. Ngamoy can enmity take KIDI KOT, mean take it on. Ngamoy can I know KIDI KOT mun ngamaro kongo ge awal. KIDI KOT no tie ya me bod water me bod mama tie keep it on. So mun proof ne take it. Have in mind you mo kono tie wajini ngone. KIDI KOT de gimo tie manu gi worgi yer ne chala buri gi worgi yer gi tigo kede kono gi gero kono gi timani ninge. So they're saying it's not authentic. They're making it up. Nobody really knows who really got the KIDI KOT, right? When they were drinking with their father, tell awal mi maro kene kongane. Runge ko nga deal mo no tigi KIDI KOT nga da mara wala no KIDI KOT te awal tigi. Won gi mira ni aburi mo no KIDI KOT. Oti mo nga dik aburi tigi KIDI KOT, right? Awo mo ko. So some people saying maybe he made it up because he wants Aburi to be the chief, okay? But the others are still fighting, like Baki saying he's the firstborn son, Jeremiah also saying that he was the second son. All of them are really fighting over being chief, okay? And then this Chief Justice, Justice John Onge saying his father was Jeremiah Lodang, one of the brothers or one of the sons of Abarayi, saying that he should be chief because he's the most educated child. He should be chief, but that's not how it works, right? They're saying he's so educated. He was working with the government of Sudan, so he didn't have time to go fight for his rightful throne. But that's not how it works. It's not about education because you went to school. So anyways, Chief Aburi took power, took the chiefdom. But then his brothers are saying, oh, he shouldn't even be chief. He doesn't have the capacity himself. He loves drinking. He's always drunk. He's a drunk. He's an alcoholic. He can't lead. That's what they're saying here. And then give what you're on it. Gitung chel kono bakit adula word pa Abarayi madid ma catch pa Abong tie idibo mere en bene pe o chwaho lok pa Lotino Obbo mikira Aburi ke. So most of them, they're jealous of Aburi or they don't believe Aburi is the rightful chief, okay? Lotino Abong mokena wajani lok mi donyo pa KIDI KOT idoka Aburi gi Jokoya tie karubudana mada pien chon gi chon kot kao yero latin mo ruot pe nyuru nying latin man bod luak nyo wai kare ma nongo tuo dong o boy waha ma endong tie ka chiko dage ka wacho lok ma kit man bod dano ento ruot Abarayi peoto tuo pien dano wacho ni eno to ching ma tien loke ni dano ma onege. So they didn't understand why Abarayi was going in the community and telling his community members that KIDI KOT chose Aburi when that's not the custom. Normally the chiefs don't tell who KIDI KOT chose until they're dying. But he went out into the open not knowing when he's going to die because he wasn't sick, right? He was shot and killed. He didn't know when he was going to get shot and killed. But he started really spreading that information out into the community so they would accept and appoint Aburi, right? So Aburi seemed to be the most favorite child of Abarayi, and he wanted him to be the next chief so bad that he started spreading rumors into the community saying that KIDI KOT chose Aburi. Okay, even though they're saying KIDI KOT really chose either Baki or Jeremiah Jokoya. There's about 8 kids, 8 boys. They're all saying that they should be the rightful chief. But the father chose Aburi, and he went and spread this false information. Who knows? Maybe it's the right information. Nobody knows. It seems maybe the other boys are jealous and envious of Aburi, maybe they're right. Maybe Aburi is not supposed to be the chief. Maybe it's supposed to be Jakoya or Lakoya, Felice Lakoya or Felice Jakoya, whatever his name is. Or maybe it's supposed to be Jeremiah Ladang or the other boys, the other Bakit Abdallah. So many of them. They all thought they were supposed to be chief, not Aburi. Okay? You guys drop your comments if there are any Obbo people from Obbo. If you're watching, what do you believe? Do you think Aburi was chosen to be the next chief, or did his father make that up? Was it supposed to be Baki, Jakoya, or Felice? Was it supposed to be Baki? Who was it? Who do you think was chosen? Anyways, I want to stop now. It's been 40 minutes of reading. So because of this challenge, all the kids of Abarayi started splitting up, right? So I read from here again. Baki Abdallah Pionuru Quiri Mibero Lawi Luak Piman o Wang Luak o Poro Ikom Latin Madid Miario Parod Abarayi Ma Ena Ye Aburi. So even if Baki or Bakit Abdallah, remember their dad gave them all Muslim or Islamic names, right? Because their dad had went to jail or prison for 2 years. And from there, he converted to Islam and he was given the name Ibrahim. But because he can't pronounce it, they call him Abarayi. So when he came back from prison, he gave all of his kids Muslim or Islamic names. Okay? So one of his boys' name is Bakit Abdallah, but they call him Baki. Okay? So now Baki, people are saying, even though if he believed he was chosen, he wasn't very smart. He didn't have the capacity or the intelligence to be a chief, to lead a nation, or lead his people. So they thought, okay, the best choice would have been Aburi because he's very smart, he's intelligent, he's like his father. Okay, and Aburi was the second born, like oldest son that Abarayi had. Okay, Logmano Veralotino Parut Abarayi Otoo Opore Tien Miario. Mia Chiel Gino Pore I Abong Kure Gi Abong Parut Kid Ma Wabero Caneno Ne Angich. Mawero Onyala Ojok Odak Wara Bot Paneo Ne E Oyere E Boshko. Okay? Oboya Lomundu Odak Ogero Ikin Pa Ochi Oyere Matie E Likari Ogeno Ajuko Bene Odak Bot Pa Ochi E Oyere E Boshko Gikany Ogeno Ojuko Odak E Likari Kama Dano Mi Oyere Mapol Ogero Ye Kama Oyer Mapol Ogero Ye E Likari, okay? Ki E Likari Ogeno Ojuku Odak E Lobecha Kama eno to ye imwaga mia par bongwen gi piera bir wa biro nyo apar bongwen gi piera bir wa biro. Omon kono oto ata mape gingeo kamalo tino abong bene pengeo kama wiliel mere tie ye. Kalotina bomo kene chalo owor ikobo okodi ichura won Igidio o Lum Gwok Chora Obel wal Obele Emilio Ogum Bakit o Baki Gi Omero Mere Gi Ogwang Okayo Woru Gin Duchu Ogero Ikin Jo Lodo Ka Bomo Kene Machalo Dudi Oleb Wel Olebe Olweri Odonga Layola Gi Angelo Wel Angelio Okay Gi Lomegi Mere Gin Duchu Chiro Ogero I Alia Munupolotara Tekwaro pa Obomo Tekwaro pa Obom Bene Wachini Lotina Bom Mokene Chalo Lomaira Yi Lotina pa Okiri Wod pa Luchi Yi Lotina pa Okiri Wod pa Uchi Ma Ruot Abarayi Otoo Gino Chira Ogere Ikom God Lerwa Pilokman Gang Mo Ma Gilwungo Gang Abong Ni Chaka Ikaraman Dong Odogo Pire Darami Acholi Ka Logo Pi Gang Pa Abong Nongo Gin Owajo Gang Pa Road Aburi Okay So Gipoka Kakom look Mani Dong Aburi was chosen to be chief even though they believe he was not chosen. So Oporo family pa Junera. Family pa Abarayi Gipoko Kumyara. Chiro north, south, east, west. Right? They didn't want to be together as one big family anymore under one chiefdom because they didn't believe Aburi was the rightful chief. Him or his dad made up the fact that he was chosen by having the KIDI KOT in his calabash when he was drinking alcohol, which was part of the tradition for choosing the right chief amongst brothers, basically. So they split up. Some people went north, some people went east, west, south. The place called Abong or Dogola or the subclan Abong had split up at the time. So now they're saying when you're talking about the Obbo people, Acholi of the Abong Acholi people of Obbo, they say that when they're referring to where Chief Aburi is, not where all of Abong people are, because all of the Abong got split up. Some people went to places called Godlerwa. Some of Lochi's kids went to Godlerwa, which is a place somewhere in Obbo. Some people went to, where did they go? Oyere, okay. Oyere is in Acholi. I think Oyere is in Pajok, okay. Most of the boys and their families, they moved to where their mother's family are. And most of their mothers were Acholi, okay. Acholi from like Pajok and other places, but not like Acholi from Obbo. Most of them moved and went and built their new homes and their new lives somewhere else because nobody wanted to be under the rule of Chief Aburi because they believe he was not the rightful or the chosen chief, basically, okay? So I'm going to end there. Tomorrow I will keep reading more about what happened to Chief Aburi and his chiefdom, about him taking over the chiefdom, completely split up the family of Abarayi. It's completely split up this chiefdom of Abong because they didn't think he was the chosen chief. Okay, so please follow me if you have any comments. I know some of the words I couldn't read properly because it's not really Acholi, it's Otugo or whatever. Um, please follow me on TikTok. I'm on TikTok as Chaka Ikang, South Sudan, Chaka Ikang hyphen South Sudan. I am also on Facebook as Chaka Ikang South Sudan. The official page for this live or this show is Chaka Leb Acholi on Facebook, and we also is Chaka Leb Acholi on YouTube. Okay, this segment is called Kwan Leb Acholi. It's under this Chaka Leb Acholi program. So please like, comment, share, subscribe to stay up to date. Okay. I will continue reading more tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll try to get a guest soon. So you guys stay tuned. Thank you so much, and Apwoyo Tech. Okay. Okay, Julie. Have a good night. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Stay tuned. I will post more tomorrow, hopefully. Apwoyo Tech. Good night.